What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna see how long it takes me to pull the motor out of my Fox Body Mustang. Now, I've never pulled the motor out of any car before. This will be the first engine pull I've ever done. It'll also be the first engine rebuild I ever do, which we're gonna do in a different video. I bought a book on Amazon that walks you through it and we're gonna learn. So we're gonna time to see how long it takes me to remove it. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to start by taking the battery out, taking the radiator out and draining all that, and probably take the intake off next and just kind of, do one little thing at a time. Like I said, never done it before, so it's going to be a totally new experience for me. And yeah, it should be fun. I've done a couple of Mustang transmissions on these. I've done a couple of those because I'm hard on transmissions, but this can't be that hard. It's a 91. Ain't much to it, I don't think. Let's get to it. Okay, so we got the radiator out, the fan, the shroud, the intake tube, and about all we did. People keep calling me. It's been a little less than an hour, and my brother actually is going to come over now and help me keep tearing into this a little bit faster. He's pulled one or two motors out, but just on his old Scottsdale, so a little more simple, but he's done some, so he's going to come help me. He's also bringing his engine stand because I currently do not have one quite yet, so he's going to help me get that out. And then, yeah, so I think next we're going to pull the intake off the top here. I did find a crack in the fuel line right there. So I don't know if that's why. I had some issues with it idling high. Like, it would, idle at, 2,000 RPM randomly. But I don't know if that is, a return fuel line or something, because it still ran. And, it's almost cracked in half. It doesn't look like it's leaking, so I don't know if these have return fuel systems on them or not. So, yeah, I guess let's keep digging into it and keep getting this engine out.
Nice max, right? Is this going to come off once you take this vacuum line off?
That's what I was assuming. The bolts are everywhere. Yep, no, all the bolts of the intake. Well, motor is almost ready to come out. We gotta run to town and grab a tool so we can remove the fuel lines. And we gotta just pull these two hoses off and a wire in the back and then unbolt the motor mounts and it should be ready to come out. So we're gonna run to town and grab some tools quick and then a chain. And then come back and get ready to pull this out. The only thing we got left is just a little bit. And we got about 3 hours or so into it. And we did about a half hour messing with the dogs outside. Yeah, we ate, and we haven't really been giving her. So we've probably been working on this about 2.5 hours continuously. Honestly, if we really push, we could probably have it out in 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Not as hard as it actually looked. We are back, and we got the lines unhooked. He's unhooking that one wire right now. We got the fuel lines off. Motor mount nuts are off, so motor should be ready pull out. Everything is disconnected. The drive shaft you disconnected, right? Already, so it should slide out.
Should slide out only.
Mounts are off. Exhaust is unhooked. Cables, throttle cable, and clutch cable are both unhooked. So should be ready to hook this and start pulling her out. And once we get it out, we'll set the car. I got dollies. We'll set the car on, and we can move the car over to the side, and we should be able to start tearing down the engine in another video. But get her out.
shifter.
Oh! We forgot to pull the shifter out, so we get the shifter undone and taken out. So now we should be able to pull all the ways. We still got to get the starter wires. That's it. I believe the rest of it should come out. We're trying to figure out how to get at the starter wires because I can't find a good way to get at it. So we'll pull it all the ways and see. Motor is out. If you don't ever have dollies, these things are the freaking bomb. I just bought them at Harbor Freight. Now I can still move the car around and have more room to work. So not the car's not at an angle. So I'll probably, I don't know, we might end up putting this against the wall and bringing the four-wheelers on this side to give us more room. But now we're going to set down, pull the trans apart and separate them, put it on the engine stand, and that'll be where we end the video. So let's get this engine pulled apart yet. So we pulled the trans off, pulled the clutch off. Clutch is a little iffy. I mean, it's not done, but it's probably at the point where maybe wouldn't hurt throwing a new one on. Nah, because I think a couple clutch kicks and half a summer we'll be pulling the trans out again and putting a clutch in it. But we're not going to use the GoPro anymore. GoPro's super hot, so we're just going to pull the flywheel off yet and then put it on the engine stand. So we'll pull the flywheel off first, and we'll put it on the engine stand, and we'll be back. And we got to go get some longer bolts. We're going to put it on there, but I don't have long enough bolts to put it on the engine stand. So whenever I get back in the semi this week, we'll go to Fleet Farm and grab some longer bolts, throw it on the engine stand, and then we'll start disassembling the motor, which we'll do, like I said, in the next video. I totally forgot to keep track of time. Tanner figures I figured we probably got 5 hours-ish in it. It's kind of late now, but we ran to town, we played with the dogs, we ate lunch, and I didn't write any of the time down. Tanner said, we probably could have got it done in like 2 hours, maybe 3 hours if we're really going at it, but we were kind of dicking around. So I'd say it took about 4 or 5 hours. First time ever pulling a motor. Had to help with Tanner. I'll explain more on what the plan is with this motor in the next video, and kind of go do a little more breakdown, because it shouldn't take too long to actually disassemble the motor, so that might not be a crazy long video. So if you guys want to watch the build and watch the process, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell notification. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Later.